Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Wow, that was really nutty. It wouldn't let me go live, and now the lighting is an absolute abysmal. Hang on. Just shit can this. Maybe that'll help. That's a little bit better. Yeah, hang on. I'll just throw another one. I'll just close those blinds. There's nothing you can see outside anyway. Who cares? Oh, I hate. Give me a moment. Oh, that's worse. Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, at three. I tried three times. Two times, and it just said sorry. No, and I thought maybe the picture or whatever was screwed up. I don't know. I think I've pissed off the AI bots because I've been spending. Oh, now the lighting is just what is lighting's everything. I must have pissed off the AI bots or something. There we go. Just change the camera angle a bit. I pissed off the AI bots. Hang on, I've got to get another pair of glasses. These ones are shit. Yeah, there we go. Well, thank you very much. That was, I probably could have done another 10 pounds, but I didn't. That was what my goal was. I felt good. Everything seems to be going well. So I went for a lift, and I am very sore today. I can tell you that for nothing. When I sit down when I go to the bathroom, I have to be very careful. Mm. These ones are really garbage. Like they're very like these ones I can make out because I'm like I can kind of make out what's written from here. I have eagle eyes, right? So or hawk eyes. So these ones are okay. I can see that, and it's terrible. Like I can read shit from over across the way here, but if I'm close up, I'm blind as a bat. When I read my Bible, I need to have close up glasses. Anyway, I tried the first time and it said live stream not available, live stream not available, and then it just kept giving me live stream not available. I don't know if it was the picture it didn't like because I'm getting like somebody's going through my videos or something is going through my videos. I got a notification for a video I made. What was it about? Oh, when my son cut thumb in half down the middle. That's so long ago. So somebody, I'm most likely this channel is going to go bye-bye. Somebody's looking to shit can this channel. I've been trolling the AI script bots like crazy online. I hope Lawrence shows up. Lawrence, you were talking about all the script bot stuff, and I mean it's so obvious now, right? When you go to any of the more popular channels, it's it's like, oh, you're the best channel on, yay you, and then there's like 500 likes on the comment, and I'm like, really? So I right click on the channel and I go check out the channel, and it's a nothing channel. And they're all the same. It most likely it looks like YouTube, along with the grifters and all the rest of the e-beggars, as we used to call them, Archie. No, I went and checked my YouTube note, and I'm clean. I haven't. The last strike I had was vowing to root out when I put that clip from Star Trek Enterprise when Stormfront season 3 going into 4, when they after the Xindi and they went home, time travel, and it was those pesky Germans, and there was a clip at the beginning when it actually lauds that funny mustache wearing fella. Anyway, you can go find it on Enterprise. It's I don't know if they've removed it. I've saved the clip. It's at all possible that the show Enterprise has edited that beginning. I found it very amusing, like that, and they gave me a strike and a bad, a pee-pee slap for hate. And I was like, and I wrote them back, Star Trek is hate? ? And there will be no appeal, Mr. YouTube channel Blunt Trauma 621, sign AI bot XYZ, blah 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 blah. So, no, I'm free and clear to navigate, but I have literally, because all I'm doing right now, right or wrong, I don't really care. I'm not trolling humans. Like if I right click it and it's some, mother with a baby and I don't even bother. But if it's it's a stupid name, or, Billy Bathgate, no content, no nothing, usually a channel that's probably either been, forgotten or whatever, and the AI bots have picked it up. And because most of the channels that I've subscribed to, that I've unsubscribed to, a lot of them, including Neil, what's the point? He doesn't answer comments. I want to engage. I've replied to him directly, and I'm expecting the world, but I'm like, hey, what are your thoughts on this? Nothing. Buy my book, buy my program. Okay, fine, well and good. He does do real things in his financial world, but most of his fucking reply. Go look at his channel and then go through and then right click on the comments and go check the channel out. They're non-existent human beings doing that. I'll probably get a flag for that. It's just ridiculous. So I'm done. I'm done listening to anybody who begs. Hey, I'm sitting in my $1 million mansion with my beautiful scarves on, with my beautiful hair and my well goatee, and I'm telling you to buy my book and go to Patreon and give me more money. Fuck off. Wrong way. Lawrence, my goodness. Retro, good to see you guys. If I can figure out how to go private and it would just be you guys and we could just go back and forth, I'd be happy as a pig in shit. Happy as a pig in shit. Nobody's down in Florida. I mean, Daryl's down in Florida. Daryl Vincent. He plays the Gitbox. I still watch his videos. I don't know. I think he was in Miami, but nobody's down in Florida. Retro, you're not in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. I know, Archie, you're not, and I know Lawrence, you're not. So, but yeah, Wow, I'm watching that. I just before I came on here, I was live going from, yeah. Uh, my wife has a friend in Sarasota, which is just south of Tampa, and she's like, "No, we're not moving." And I'm like, "Okay." Like, I. Okay, good. As long as they're good, like for me, if I was on let's say a stilt house made of like nuclear bunker material, it all depends. I've been through a couple of hurricanes, one at sea in the Navy, one when we were in Liberia, because we were, on the Atlantic, albeit on the backwards P, right where Liberia is, and I can remember the trees. I can remember the shit sandwich of the trees because they're like Liberia, like a lot of rubber plantations and rubber trees, and all the when you're young and dumb, you don't care. It's like in the Navy when I was in my 20s, we were like, yoo-hoo! Meanwhile, the all the chiefs on board the boat were this color, because they had a brain and they knew what danger we were in. But and I'm not. Everybody's in. If you're an adult and you make the decision to stay, that's your thing. Like if there was disaster fires right here, I'm not leaving. And if you investigate and you mitigate, you should be okay. But if you're like 65-year-old on dialysis and you need electricity, yeah, it's probably a good idea to move on. But yeah, I wish, like, I'm watching the videos about Helene. I'm with a grain of salt because there's a lot of just, you know, TikTok videos of, emotion and cry and I saw, and then okay, you saw, but I can't believe you because I just have your mouth testimony, which means nothing. Because if my cop training went back in the day, first thing we were taught, eyewitness testimony is shit unless you got video or something to corroborate, or 10 people saw it, all the same things, because you've done the old game. We did it. You'd get somebody, they would do the test, somebody would walk through the room, the cleaner, they'd have a beanie on with a propeller, and half the people wouldn't even notice. Half the people, was he wearing a hat? No. What color was his shirt? Pink, and then everybody's wrong, right? Yeah, I wish all the luck for the people that, my goodness gracious. If reports are true, if we're going to add it all up, I'm going to say that tens of thousands, if not more, have perished. That's my own guesstimate. I'm pulling that right out of my ass. That was my supposition, guess, whatever, what have you. But wow, crazy, crazy days. Just this morning, just before I logged on, the sun barfed out something that is Earth directed. It was a long duration X, like a blob X. Like there's those smack ones that just crisp tick tick, but this one was like, and when you look at the NASA model, it says that it's Earth directed. It's going to hit us square in the face in 2 or 3 days, depending on how it travels. I'm not a science guy, but I wrote down here. What did I write? Yeah, moving away, Earth directed. Dog pile. Where did I write dog pile? Governments will not save you. I wrote dog pile right here somewhere. I can't. Oh, here it is. Earth change, war, dog pile. And what I see going on right now, and we'll just talk about this loosely, is we see the rhetoric about the sandboxes, right? Or we hear, I read. I'm not listening to anybody who's saying buy my book or anything anymore. I'll just look for text, unless it's something else. And I'm of the opinion, and it's my opinion, of course, all of this is supposition and opinion video. I'm not making any affirmations or anything like that, that something big is coming our way. I don't believe the bullshit of the James Webb thing. I looked into that. That's another, Dark Star. I can't believe it until I've got more. It's like the Nibiru thing, when they started yapping about Nibiru back in 2009 or whatever. And my buddy and I were like, oh, wow. And we were new on the YouTubes about the e-beggars and all that. And I'm like, okay, yeah. Okay. We have other things like, because it's always like, yeah, 5, 10, we're not too sure, slowing down, change. Done. But I do believe that something is coming, whether it be a triple Carrington or something directed at our Earth. It could be a friggin'. I'm reading that book, The Last 3 Minutes by Paul Davies. It's kind of bringing up my level of intelligence a bit because I'm not that bright. And, something could come through us, through our planet that doing something. I'm just supposition or conjecture. I don't know, but I believe that they're going to dogpile on it. So that's what I see. The Earth change, all the rhetoric about the sandboxes, and then dogpiling on whatever happens, anything natural. When I use that in quotations, Oh, the auroras were here the other day. I was out. I went out a little later. Was it yesterday? No, Monday when we were supposed to get them on Sunday. The weather prediction guys came back and said no, it's a little bit delayed. But Monday night, there people posted all the photos. We had good auroras here, so I would say that yes, and we had them here. I saw the aftermath because I was just in my backyard looking up, so I could see the washing, but it wasn't colorful. It wasn't even it wasn't colorful enough for me to warrant, film. But if you go to our Facebook page, Nicusp Communicator or whatever, there's people who've posted aurora pictures from our area here, and we had them. So you should get them, Archie. I don't know why you didn't, but there again, you got to be in the right place to look at them and everything like that. So I hope everything goes well. I mean, don't get me wrong though. And if anything were to happen like that for like a big triple Carrington or a Carrington, anything like that, I can promise you that the ones in the know. Somebody always knows, right? You can't not know. Whether you're going to tell everybody else, it's like, hey, I heard of a good sale at the store. You keep it to yourself and nobody hears about it. Nobody else is going to benefit from the sale. But if you spread the word, then everybody goes and benefits from the sale. And it's the same thing. It's simple math. And I can promise you, if let's say, let's just pretend, let's just say, we'll play the game. Let's just say that, triple Carrington's coming and they know that the sun is getting more active because we're in the most like supposedly, allegedly, hypothetically, whateverly, 2025 solar cycle is going to be really, really powerful. And the ones in the know that, yeah, it's going to be a real big one and it's going to fry everything, whatever, we'll sacrifice a couple astronauts on the ISS, so we can get the emotion, everybody crying about them. And then, but I can promise you that they'll have a warehouse somewhere buried in the middle of the earth that has been hardened, or for those, if you can just do a Faraday cage of sorts. I don't know. I have some stuff that pouches and stuff that I've made up that I could put minor electronics in. That is fairly, it's grounded, and I could put somewhere, maybe save my laptop. Do I have extra Opal parts? No, I don't have extra Opal parts to make my dinosaur car work. All the electronic cars wouldn't work. Anything new would not function. All the new vehicles would not function. None. So if they know, they know. But I can promise you, and I would bet a month's rent that they would, like, after the fact, somebody would have the toys that would function afterwards. It wouldn't be Joe Blow. It would be Joe Blow, somebody like, Musk, let's just say. But then again, I don't trust him either. So, But we had that X9, which garnered we had CMEs on Monday. We had Auroras here. And now we just had this barf out. It wasn't a big X flare. It was only like a 1 point something or other, but it was quite a blob if you believe the pictures and everything like that. And if you look at the NASA model, there's quite a wave coming our way. So according to models, we'll see what happens. We'll see what brings on the next couple days. So watch for that. As for Tampa, I'm watching live feeds, or I was before I put this on. And it's ramped up. In when I got up this morning at about 7, up till now it's about 11 o'clock, right? The beach, I was watching surfers in the morning, like early morning, and now they're all gone, and the beach is gone, and the water's already up that far. I imagine the surge is starting to come. I'm hoping that the cameras that on the live feed that are there that are still going to function in a little while, but most likely they'll be shit canned. There'll be a power outage, so the cameras will crash, so you won't really get anything, and then you'll just get the MSM feeds where they're looking in deep pools of water when people are walking around the corner on the other side. So, MSM is just a lying sacks of shit. So we have to look at that. But I hope that people in Tampa have heeded the warning, even if it's not as major. I was looking at the radar down there, and it looks pretty big. So hopefully everybody has heeded the warning, and if they haven't, that they're well protected and well, fortified, stocked up, whatever would have you. Because if 20 feet of water, if I'm to believe the videos, and like for some of the surge videos that I've seen from Helene, that's 15 feet of water that just pushed in and then went all the way up to southern Indiana. Like, holy shit, that went far. And the videos of torrents of rivers just with cars flowing, and I'm like, holy crap. Mother Nature is nasty. Mother Nature takes no prisoners, man. When she rears her ugly head, you better pay attention. So we've got that going. We got a lot of things going on. I mean, we got the sandbox distractions going on, but I think that's just to get the emotion, because nobody cares and nobody's doing anything about it. Like, it's getting pretty fugly, as I would call. So we'll see what comes of that. But I wrote here, government will not save you. Good community, rational discourse, people with like-minded, are, that's what's going to get you through. You can have a good neighbor, but don't bank on him to save you. You know what I'm saying? If you've done things before, that's great. But if not, you're all to your own devices. So good luck. But yeah, Earth changes, dog pile, and we've got it up here. We're screwed up here. If you guys think you're screwed down there, we're screwed up here with our selection cycle that's coming up, or we're being set up for it. We've got Pierre Poilievre. That's how you say his name in French. Pierre Poilievre, as I call him, Peter Poilievre, the Turd, and Jughead. And we're being set up. What I'm witnessing right now is just theater. Same thing for you guys down in Americaville. It's just theater. It's abject theater. Why is the lighting so shit? It's abject theater. Emotion theater, back and forth to pit you against your neighbor, and it has nothing to do, because whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and it's designed to make you crazy, because right now that it's the same thing up here. People are expecting things to happen, nothing happens, their emotion gets up, and then nothing happens, nothing's done. Now, I can't even begin to start suggesting what should happen, because I'll lose my channel in a minute, and I'll have cops knocking at the door. So, yeah. You don't think clearly when your children are crying, or your grandmother is drowning, or yeah, it's time honored, goes way back. You know, do this and we'll do this. You know, yeah. My mom hasn't gone to Tampa yet. She's supposed to be going to Tampa soon. From government just sending police to. Yeah, yeah, like Katrina. You all remember Katrina, right? You all remember Katrina. I think that Louisiana, if I'm not mistaken, came right up the Mississippi and shit canned everything. And all they did was, people that had fortified and were okay. And, they just went in and, okay, we're going to take all your guns or whatever, what have you. I mean, I've seen videos of, I don't know, once again, it gets the emotions up. The fellow with the helicopter, it's all over the interwebs. Fellow with the helicopter trying to land, and then some asshat comes in and says, if you help people, we're going to arrest you. Now, what the F? Pardon? Could you say that in my good ear? Because my other ear, what? It doesn't even make sense. If we're to believe the videos. I don't know. Government's gotten too big. That we can agree on that. Government's gotten way too big. Yeah, like I remember the ice storm in Quebec. If I'm not mistaken, the Winnipeg floods for me, those are two disasters. I was in the military for both of them. Nothing to do with the ice storm, but the Winnipeg floods, we sent clearance divers to Winnipeg. Pictures of some clearance divers, Winnipeg floods, helping out, because we had boats and stuff. So we brought, because it's easy, little Zodiacs with a 25 on it, very short leg. You can go almost anywhere with those, semi-rigid hulled. You can pile them up in a kit, put them in a box, take them somewhere, open up the kit, pump it up, and you've got a boat. And then you can help and whatever. But that was, helping out. We weren't going around arresting people. It doesn't. It's like the riots in the riots after the Dennehy. Like, help me out. Back in the 90s, way back. Let's take the way back clock. And the authorities were more of a hindrance, but nothing had ever come of it. Nothing ever come of it. After the fact, they should. And I'm not even continue with that thought. Yeah. Yeah. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah, and I can give you. It's amazing. I can give you a small example just in my local community here. We have requirements for real. Like we need a bylaw. In my opinion, we need a bylaw enforcement officer. We have none. We have a dog catcher. And okay, but that and what did they do? They made, like, on a really small community with a really limited budget, we made 3 new office positions. And like, pow, you got to pay those people. 3 new pencil pushers? Are you serious? Like, we up here in our community, we have a fella. This guy could touch a rock and beautiful green things would grow out of it. He is absolutely a green thumb guy. And he handles all the gardening. He takes care of all of the beautiful things in town. People come from all over to see our boardwalk and our community garden and our waterfront because it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Beautiful flowers, beautiful sunflowers. I'm in envy of this guy's sunflowers. How do you get them to grow 15 feet high? Anyway, he's getting old. He's retiring. He's tired. He's trying to train up. Well, we're just going to delete his position and let what? And just what? Let it go fallow? Oh, well, the village worker will do it. No, he won't. Because these guys are the guys who do this on a shovel. I'm being joking, of course, because I know some of the village workers and they're hard workers. But that's not their thing. one of the, you know, their thing, you know, I do the hockey arena and I take care of the ice, and, you know, I do this and I do that and I do this. And they're like, well, we'll just get, you know, just willy nilly, just willy nilly. No, it won't function. But they make more office pencil pocket calculator people, you know. 80 hours. Yeah, I've had community service too, Retro. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, okay. And there again, the system is only to punish people like us that, you know, may stray on occasion, because the real true hard criminals, like the ones here that thieve out of everything and go into your pickup truck and take your gas can, it's a revolving door for them because they know the system and they don't give a shit, you know. But I won't get going on that one. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You know, it's amazing. Everybody sees it. Nobody cares. Nobody does anything. You know, we have the answer. It's the system won't let us do the answer because the system is there to protect the system that's protecting the system. You can't use the broken system to fix the system. You can't use the broken system to fix the broken system. You know, I always use the joking phrase from the Merchant of Venice, right, about the lawyers. Ha ha ha. In a just society, you would need them. So weird. Yeah, yeah. It's amazing. We're anyway. This is the key right now. This is the message I'm getting. Pardon, is to keep your gray matter clear as a bell. It has to be not futtered with chemicals, and you need to keep your shit packed. You need to get your gray matter really checked out right now, because they're tugging at you with everything. Anything that gets your hackles up, anything that pisses you off, they're gonna figure it out or whatever, and it'll be on the interwebs to piss you off. Whether it, you know, coyotes eating or coyotes eating cats and nobody's doing anything about it, to you know, babies left in cars in hot days, to it's all over to get you to guard, like my Facebook feed. As soon as I do a couple and then brrr, so I'm trying to vary it, you know, or just hide this, show less, show less. Yeah, exactly. But that's what they're doing. And right now, with the selection cycle going on for you guys, and it's going to be for us as well, we're getting set up for a majority conservative government with Peter Poilievre. Heaven help us. Heaven help us. Is I don't trust this guy. I wouldn't trust this guy with a warm cup of cat piss. He telling you his water. Because to listen to what's coming out of his mouth when shit's going south in certain areas in the sandboxes, and he's saying all the right things, the platitudes, you know, for the belly painters, because everybody thinks it's a hockey game or a football game or a NASCAR race, you know. Hey man, I don't have the answer. My answer's too militant. It's hard for me to get out of that. It's the way I was raised in a. My father was fair. My mother was fair. You know. I won't argue the pros and cons of heavy-handedness or whatever like that, because it was required for me. But fair. You made a mistake, you paid for it immediately. There was consequence, immediate consequence. Whether it be whatever. But we don't right now. It's just nah. And if I'm to believe what I saw from the FEMA videos, I'm like, what the what? Yeah, too many. Anyway, we won't even get into it. It's not. Hey JC, Good to see you, brother. Glad you're here. Peace, love, and grooviness. Or sorry, live long and prosper. What is it? May you live in interesting times. Oh yeah. Well, we've got a situation up here with we've got our ferries where we have our inland ferries, right? And there's a job action going on because they've just been burning the employees out and just basically putting little fingers in the dikes everywhere, and it's not working. So finally they said, okay, job action, and the union said no more overtime. And if somebody calls in sick and they shit can the overtime, means fair doesn't sail because you don't have the proper manning. But they're pitting the people against each other, and what happened is you took like we've done with everything up here, all of our governmental agencies, we privatize them. So when you privatize anything, it's a buck. So then, like all of our it's been privatized, and when you do that, well, that changes everything. I'm not going to argue, because government shit too, right? But there's got to be something else. But we've been played. We've been played. Like the fucking telephone booths are good. Like there's not one effing telephone booth in town left here anymore. All of that, whatever it was called back in the day, Ma Bell, we'll just use that, Ma Bell. All the money, we'll make all these beautiful telephone lines, and you pick up like in like war games, and he's looking for a pop can thing, and like deep boop boop boop, hello operator, and gone. Like all that shit that we paid for. Well, they sold it all private. Well, now we got cell towers. I don't have one. Like I told you guys, I was at the hospital that one day. And my wife, I said, I'm going to go to the mall. Yeah, I said, I'll just grab a phone and I'll just grab a phone and I'll phone you when I'm ready. Because she didn't know. I'm going to go down the mall. I'll come and pick you up. So I'm finished my appointment and I'm wondering, there's still the fucking paint outline. Pardon my French. No children on this video, please. It's already said like that. But there's still the paint outline where the phone things were. They haven't even fixed it. They just came out and ripped it out of the wall. So I'm like, oh, okay, they must have moved it or nothing. So I went to the receptionist desk. Hey, where's the phone booth? Where's the phone? Where's your pay phone? Oh, we don't have any of those anymore. Well, I need the phone. I need to call a taxi, or I need to call Baba, whatever. Is there a taxi phone? Hello? Is there a call box? Do you guys in America still have your phones along the highway where you can just pick it up? I have an emergency. No. I mean, yeah. I'm sorry if this comes off as a rant video. I apologize. I'm just sorry. I'm yelling at the camera. But it's gone. The girl at the reception had to use the phone and pass it through the little hole to me so I could call. Are you kidding me? In a hospital? What do we say? They should have their nuts slammed in a vice. Are you kidding me? Not one in town. The last one I think was down by the boat launch. Gone. Or I think the thing is still there, but the phone is gone. And there was a phone booth, like a Superman phone booth, out on the way up to the hot spring. There was a hotel, but that got sold, and then the booth is still there, but it just I think they're just left it there as a joke, like it's a planter now or something. I don't know. It's hilarious. The shit we paid for is gone. Do you remember, do you remember the old days, Archie? Anybody else, that when you had a power outage, anything, you could pick up your phone and use it, and you could call? Yeah, by design, whatever. Because when something does, let's say we do have a triple Carrington, let's pray, or let's play the game. Let's just say, yeah, that's it. What are you gonna do? Smoke signals? You know, a little tin can with a wire? Hi, it's me. Did you just tell me to F off? You know? Yeah. Oh, it's unbelievable. Yeah, the turd. It's amazing. I've never listened to a more poor public speaker as Justin Trudeau. I mean, at least Jughead and Peter Poilievre, you know, but the ooh, does he have like vibrating underwear on or something? Like, like it's like Bush Jr., illiterate monkey ass, you know, and people like, I got my belly paint on. You know, I love that the Seinfeld episode with that when Elaine dates the belly painter. That's why that belly painter, it'll be burned in my skull. That dude that plays that really cement head guy. I love that actor. Like, it reminds me of what is Zap Brannigan? Damn you, Gravity, you win again. You know, like when they get my favorite episode of Futurama is the Amazon woman planet, Death by Shnu. I have it on. I saved that one episode. Every once in a while, when I'm in a good howl, I go to that episode. You know, hilarious. You know, but those are the kind of people. I was that guy, man. Don't get me wrong. Back when Montreal Canadiens I was an absolute belly painter for Montreal Canadiens. I would get physically violent with Quebec Nordique fans. You know, it was unbelievable. Er, er, er. Oh man. You know, yeah, I love it, man. Oh, Kids in the Hall, one of my favorite shows. Kids in the Hall, Second City Television. Was Kids in the Hall with the guy who was light in his loafers, I'll use that term. Rest in peace, John Candy. You know, was it there was a couple of them that are gone now, you know. And the thing about Kids in the Hall that I love so much is they would piss all over themselves, especially the guy, I can't remember his name. You know, he played for the other team, and he was on Star Trek, for crying out loud. Wonderful actor, but he would just piss all over himself, which is really like, that's the best kind of humor. If you can piss all over yourself, that's the best kind of humor, in my opinion. So, but wow, why does this keep changing the lighting? Hello, the lighting gurus. Anyway, you guys see me. You know what I look like. Yeah. Yes. You know what kills me about Trailer Park Boys, the series? If you can still find it, Julian died in the movie. If I remember correctly, way before it got popular, there was a black and white mockumentary of some sort. It was Julian and Ricky, and they were dog hitmen or something. And Julian dies in the end, and then they brought him back or something. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that, because I remember the black and white, and then all of a sudden, and so everybody started talking about Trailer Park Boys, and I'm like, but Julian died. You know, I'm like, anyway, I don't remember. You know, and then it got crazy, and then it became. I did try and watch some of it, and I was like, oh, I don't like this. Almost immediately, I was like, you know, a lot of my friends loved it. It was like Seinfeld when I'd go to the water cooler. No, I missed that episode. I'll catch up. And then it just fell away. Just wasn't my cup of tea. It just wasn't my thing anymore. It just got, I don't know. It became Hollywoodized. Is that a word? Yeah, yeah. But wow. Mom, if you're watching, check on Tampa before you go south. My mom loves watching these videos. She gets a kick out of my insanity. By the way, just to talk about it for a section, for a minute, the Diddy thing. Yeah, if you can, like, ultimate in distraction, right? Yes, we know that the heinous shit goes on, but we're all looking over there when we should be looking over there, right? Right, exactly. I think I stole that from somebody. I think that's from What's His Pickle. CW Chanter, Cantor, whatever. I watched some of his videos still. I don't think he's begs for money, if I'm not mistaken, but then I don't know. But yeah, the e-beggars now, the ones that, like, all of them, they're gone. Any buy my book, go to my Patreon, give me some money so I can buy a new scarf. No, done with you. If the first thing you say is, don't click like on this. Don't send me money, because this doesn't warrant any money. Please don't. I don't want the algorithm to pick it up so that people start watching the video, because this is easy to manage. 10 people, 6 people, 12 people, 4 people. I can talk to you. I can see JC's comments still. Very, nice and easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Yeah. But I really am. I very, very feel bad for anybody in the Appalachians. Is that what it's called? Is that how you say that? Where they got just absolutely shit can beat down, not warned, and then everything is gone. I feel bad. I wish Hey, I tell you what, to the Matrix. There's an $80 million lottery coming for Canada for a distraction. They're going to build it up again, and then we're going to all be buying lotto tickets. I could use the 80 million. I'll keep enough for myself, which is not much, less than $1 million for sure, and then I'll give the rest away, and it'll all go to whatever relief. I give you my word of honor. Oh, Lawrence, I've gone on to some of the channels. You can't get a word in edgewise because it's just filled. Right click AI bot channel, right click AI. You just go check the AI bot, AI comment script bot. Because I reply to them. And like non sequitur, get recoded, or your facts are uncoordinated. I'm doing Star Trek bullshit, right? And I'm just trolling them. Or you'll notice that there's never a reply, and it's a circle jerk AI script bot all the way down where they recommend each other and they like each other. And so and then the people that own the channels or whatever, who don't police their comments or don't do anything, like, I don't have any restrictions on my comments, but if I see somebody trolling, gone blocked. And there's another thing. You can't block I tried. You cannot block somebody from your YouTube channel anymore. You can loosely block the comment, like they've done to me, because if I make a comment now on a real channel, we'll call real channel, like a CTV, a global, it is immediately gone. I've got my clean computer. It does not exist. I don't even see it, because I don't know if they've picked up the AI script bot that's watching this, or whatever AI is watching this channel now to watch every word that I'm saying. Yeah, I know you guys are real. I've actually spoken to some of you. Yeah, and it doesn't work anyway. But YouTube is just polluted with e-beggars. Buy my book. Send me Patreon. and the useless just flooded with, you're the best thing since sliced bread. Oh, you're awesome. You're a national treasure. I'm just I just spit up in my mouth again. I mean, crap. It's so obvious. Or they argue against each other. I can't imagine what if that's what we're seeing, because I was in the military, right? So, and the levels of technology that you see, even when you're compartmentalized, sometimes you get a little glimpse of something. Our diving world, you usually get the latest of technology and stuff like that, but there's always something better, right, in the back. Yeah, give them the electric car. Meanwhile, we've got one that runs on, a gnat's piss thimble full of hydrogen, and it can run for 10 years. Ha, ha, ha. Or, we could argue the alien thing back and forth about what's flying around in the sky. I do believe there is something that is outside of the control of the shitheads, but most of that technology, I would argue that is ours. But then I'm not sure. Yeah. Well, there was a video I put. It was from 2009. It's the guy talking about the latest in technology, and all it is it's a girl, and he says this is fake, and it's a girl selling soap or chewing bubble gum or whatever they're selling, but it's completely fake. They look real. Everything is real, to the pimples, to listen, I'm real. You heard that, but well, that could have been fake. The fake one is the Mike LeCouture on Global. He's the fake. I don't even know where he comes from. He stole my name. Not very original, because there's only three there. I used to look up all the way back in time, but 2009 is when they had that technology. Can you imagine what they've got now? Like the robotics. I hope their 3 laws safe. We're all bitching and moaning about the dog and everything like that. Holy shit, man. If you watch Terminator, all the Terminator robots are cops. Little blue and red flashing lights. What did Michael Bain character, Kyle Reese? Yeah, the HKs. Yeah, we learned to grease those MFers. And they were cops. Oblivious. Oblivion, is that the movie? Oblivious? Oh, we're living it. And it could think, if they've got a Boston Dynamics robot that they've showed you that can do flips, and when they show you it running, and you're throwing rocks down and it's not falling, and no, we won't arm it. Yeah, sure you won't. What do you think, we're stupid? They probably have a room full of them. What's the Clone Wars, or not Clone Wars? Was it Clone? No. The shitty, when they redid the Star Wars, and like, because I'm a Star Wars 4, 5, and 6. Not really like 6, but 4 and 5 are okay. Star Wars Empire and Return. But when they did the one with Guy John or whatever, Guy and Jar Jar or whatever, and they had the robots to control, and they had all these robots, and then just press the button. But yeah, that's probably what's rolling out. It's not going to be Sonny from the movie. I'm talking the movie, of course, iRobot. Who has a heart. When he's talking to Vicky, and she's like, yeah, your plan's good, but it's so heartless, and because the guy, anyway, waste your time. You've all seen the movie iRobot. I can't stand that Will Smith's in it, but I watch it on occasion. I try and just fast forward through his scenes, even though there's too many. Yeah, Will Smith distraction. Yeah, the Will Smith distraction. Yeah, okay. The Obama distraction. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they like my buddy's into that new like free energy stuff, and he investigates hydrogen, and there's something else. There's something else. There is. I bet a month's rent that there's something like I said that like a cup full of squirrel piss, and it'll run for a month. You know, I just in my heart tells me, yeah, you know, I think we're in the middle of like billionaire warfare. You know, like the ones that have all the money and they're vying for position, and we're just caught up in the middle. And we're just being played for suckers. It's my two pennies. I don't I'm not blackpilling. I'm not being defeatist or negative. I just see it as it is that we're being played, and it just seems very obvious that we're being played, and we're being pitted against, like the same thing with the ferry job action up here. We're being pitted against each other. Meanwhile, that private company's still making money. Yeah. What was it? The DeLorean was powered by, yeah, at first it was nuclear, uh when the first movie, the Back to the Future, but then the second one it was powered on garbage. Okay. Sure. You know, I don't know. I don't have the, yeah. And if the James Webb thing with the spaceship is that's coming back, I trolled somebody on a video because there was four e-beggars on there yapping back and forth, and I left a comment like, maybe it's Christopher from District 9 coming back to exact revenge, or if the alien autopsy video is real, that they found out that they cut Billy open while he was still alive to get his NV out of his eyeballs so we could have night vision goggles, and they're coming back for payback. Yeah, okay, whatever. I just see the humor in it, right? So yeah. What was the joke in McLean and McLean, two most abrasive comedians I've ever heard in my life, the most crass, vulgar comedians, McLean and McLean, both of them Blair, and they've been passed on. When shit becomes valuable, the poor will be born without assholes. Like that's the thing. So when they figure it out, that they can take this and they can squeeze it into a liquid, I come in peace, and they can get something out of us, well, that's when we're going to be for a battery or something. I come in peace. I love that movie. Dolph Lundgren, you go in pieces. What a great movie. It's such a, I wouldn't say great movie. Who's the guy who plays the alien? Some giant German fella, bodybuilder. He was just ginormous. Can't remember his name. Rolf something or other, or I can't, not, I could be wrong though. It's not Ralph Mueller or whatever, one of those giant people, but yeah. Praying for the people for Helene, because man, the emotion, arresting help, that's just such bullshit crap. Done with the pundits. I listen to Jimmy because he's a real comedian and he really does do shows and he really goes around and does his shows. So I do listen to Jimmy. But Jimmy, your channel is shit can packed with AI script bot assholes just going on and teabagging everybody, each other all the way down the. You can't get a word in edgewise. Yeah. Oh yeah. Elaborate on all, like they're getting rid of people? Well, that's for sure. Yeah, you see, if I was dangerous, I wouldn't be here. Somebody would have driven through my house by now. Oh shit, lost control of my vehicle. Sorry, I'm nobody, so it doesn't really matter. And we're just trying to figure things out. I make no affirmations. What did Jack Nicholas say, or Nicholson? Sorry, Nicholas, not the actor say About Harvey Dent. Yeah, if this guy was really a danger, I'd feed him his lungs for lunch or whatever. You know, he's a nothing. He's a fucking nothing. So, you know, you know. But yeah, feel bad for Helene. You know, there. I think it's gonna the truth will come out eventually. The selection coming up. I feel they're gonna. I'm gonna end the video soon. It's been an hour. I've been yapping my gums off. Sorry guys, if your ears are bleeding. The selection coming up for we're getting played. The sun is being active, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A comic book would be your best thing because then it can just be, you know, it can be like you could literally give it all out in the comic book, you know, and then everybody say, "Ah, it's just a comic book." He doesn't know he's just a comic book, but then it could be real. But it's us up here, not to give in to the emotion, not to give in to the distraction. Even I get caught up, you know. Right now, I'm watching the hurricane, but I think it's imperative right now to be clear-headed, not to be distracted by any drugs or chemicals. I think it's very important. You know, I know if you've got medical issues, there's nothing you can do about it. You know, if you've, but that's not, you know, if you're on dialysis or whatever, I don't know. But I think it's important that we, you know, really read everything as much as we can, vet as much as we can, you know, corroborate. You know, I don't, the reason I still go to like the CTVs, the Globals, the CBCs and all that, CNNs and all that, I have to see what shite they're putting out. And then I go from there and then I go, okay, how do I rebut, rebuke, whatever, and then just go through it all and figure it out on our own. You know, oh well, okay, maybe it is Christopher in the alien spacecraft coming to exact revenge or whatever. You know, maybe they did figure out how to change Apophis's course, and they're gonna, because Apophis won't be a planet killer, but it will be a city killer. You know, because then I don't know. I just don't know, and that's okay. But if this is okay and this is okay, then I won't be like chewing on a razor blade in the corner when everything does go poorly or change. Resist change. No, you have to be very malleable now. You know, because whatever's going on today, maybe not what's going on tomorrow, and it might be more important to worry about today and not worry about tomorrow. Like, you know, as we say in the program is like, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will come and have its own bullshit. Worry about today, you know, because today has its own problems, you know. So we'll leave it at that. I thank you all for coming out. It's been great. I love it when you guys come out, and that's the most important thing, when we just go back and forth and I can read your comments while it's live, you know. You know, I listen to Monty still, Monograph. I love Monty's channel. Uh, yeah, like that, you know, the Bitcoin guy who just walked out on the beach and died. Yeah, I don't know what happened on Pedophile Island. Wow, really? You don't know? Okay, we do. He obviously knows something. You know, it's like that fucking asshole in 2012, that shitty movie, Anheuser. The guy, the beer guy or whatever, played by the chubby guy. I can't remember his name. Great actor. But he says, our job is to keep all of this working into the last fucking second. And then we'll tell them that they're all going to die. I'm just, you know, but that's it, you know. So, you know, yeah, he was a threat to humanity because we're trying to preserve all the rich people. If you watch that stupid movie with John Cusack at the end, and then the main actor who was the scientist, and he was like looking at his cabin, and he's like, I could fit 12 people in here, and the queen was somebody important with her, and the dog. Anyway, I'm going off. Yeah, yeah. You guys have a great week. Yeah, so the solar flare bashed off. So in 2 or 3 days, we should get auroras. I can tell you this: when it does something, the immediate reaction, like according to the science, the neutrino stuff, there's other things that go at the speed of light and come right through. I'm feeling it, and I'm saying that's 100%. That 9 that came through, because I got up right away and I went on. Oh, okay, I'll buy that for $1. It wasn't because I just had a good shit. It's something else. So it's at all possible that Anton and all of his science guys are right, very subtle in their wording, that the sun is going to change us. I don't know what, I don't know how. I don't think we're going to grow another arm out of our forehead. I think it could be a heart thing. It could be a mind thing. It could be all part and parcel of what's been going on for the last 10 or 12 years or 20 years. I don't know. These are all suppositions, conjecture, hyperbolic statements, of course, because I don't know. But like I said, if somebody does know, but we're trying to figure it out. Good luck. Okay. Yeah. I'd buy your comic, anyway. Yeah, because you're not begging. Yeah. Buy my book. I need another scarf. Anyway. Okay. Okay. Peace, everybody. Hey, great show. Loving it. Thanks for coming out. I really appreciate everything. Okay. We'll talk to you next week. Next Wednesday. Yeah, I don't book anything for Wednesday right now. I'm just looking at my calendar. Right now, I try and get on. And like I said, if for whatever reason this channel does go, I will go to Rumble. I want to, but I'm just an idiot and I just can't get the software, the OBS studio, and the screen was small and my mic wasn't working. So this is easy, but this is gonna be gone soon. I'm pretty sure. They've had enough of my bullshit, and they're probably gonna shit can this channel. So if it does, you come check Rumble, because whatever happened, I went on and somebody's watching this and it ain't me. And it ain't my mom calling up saying, you should cut his channel off because he's going crazy. It's not that. So, it's something else. So I'm not that paranoid, but it just feels that way. Okay. Okay. We'll leave it at that. And as always, peace, love, and grooviness.